Good morning, Jacked and Nerdy fans. Welcome to my non-spoiler review for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. As always, before I jump into that review, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you guys never miss out on a video. And if you do enjoy our content, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It supports the channel immensely and it doesn't cost you a thing. So let's jump straight into it. So this will be a non-spoiler review as usual. I don't want to give away kind of plot points or anything like that. So if you don't know already, late last year around October, I had a hernia surgery. And while I was in recovery, I took the opportunity to catch up on a lot of films and things that I hadn't seen over the previous years. One of which was I binge watched the three most recent Planet of the Apes films. Because I always heard good things, I always saw good clips, but I never actually got around to watching them in full. And I enjoyed them very, very much. So this is a continuation of that saga, naturally. I have to say, I wasn't disappointed at all by this film. It was pretty much exactly what I expected. The CGI and the visual effects are absolutely phenomenal. And very, very believable. I always find with these particular sorts of films, I always feel a little bit melancholy when watching them. Because again, the brilliant thing about film is that it's subjective and it stirs different emotions in different people in different ways and things. And I always find with these films, they make me feel a little bit melancholy, because to me they show the deeper, darker sides to humanity. They show some of the purest things, but also they show a lot of the darkest and the worst parts of humanity. And I think these sorts of films are good in that sense, that they show us that we're not perfect, and we've always got to be mindful and work on ourselves. So, in that sense, like, this film stirred the same kinds of emotions as the previous three films, in my opinion. Making me feel good in some parts, but also making me feel absolutely horrible in other parts, because, it makes me feel very bad about my own humanity. So, if you enjoyed the first three films, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, War of the Planet of the Apes, you will enjoy this film, because it's basically a continuation of that saga, albeit it's many, many, many years into the future. The first three films took place over the space of, I think, only about maybe 5 years, maybe 10 at the most. And now this is like, I want to say, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years into the future. Could be even longer. They say many generations, so that could be subjective. So, like I said, look, the story is really, really good, albeit there are a number of plot holes in it that I would kind of maybe like a little bit more light shone on. They could have gone into a little bit more detail in some aspects. But as a whole, it kept me engaged and entertained throughout the whole film. It is a long film. It's just shy of 2.5 hours. I think they probably could have scaled it back to an even 2. I think, as I said, it does drag on a little bit towards the end. I thought it was a bit, I found myself getting a bit tired and, a bit blasé towards the end. There's some really interesting characters in it. Albeit they're monkeys, right? But they're CGI. They're based on real people. They've got real characters in them, or I should say live actors behind them doing motion capture and what have you. So, but there's some real emotion and real kind of interesting characters behind them, which I definitely enjoyed. Always love the orangutans in these films. I don't know what it is about orangutans, but I just absolutely adore them. It's another interesting thing. So I mean, I didn't really know any of the actors involved in this story. I mean, because naturally in the trailer they primarily only show the apes and the monkeys. Obviously you saw in the trailer there's Freya Allan in it, who I can't remember what else I've seen her in. Hang on, let's have a look. What else has she been in lately? She was in that's what I recognise her from, The Witcher. That's right, The Witcher. Absolutely love her in that. So yeah, that's what I recognised her from. I knew it was something. So like literally, she's the only human character that they show in the trailers, and they haven't done any other promotional material, kind of showing who else is in the film or what other actors, do the apes. So I've just looked it up here, and Kevin Durand is one of the actors in it, who I absolutely love. He's a brilliant actor, and I didn't realise it until halfway through the film that William H. Macy is in it, who's absolutely fantastic. I love William H. Macy. And then like lots of relatively unknown actors and actresses, I'd have to say that you might I don't recognise. So, but I mean, yeah, Kevin Durand, I absolutely love and adore him. He's brilliant. And yeah, Freya Allan, I think she's got a bright future ahead of her as well. She was really good in this, and I loved her in The Witcher as well. So there we go. So, I mean, so all in all, you watch this film not for the human element. You watch these types of films obviously for the apes and the CGI. This had a really big budget of about 165 million. That's just for the production. That doesn't include any of the promotion and what have you. I think it's going to have an uphill battle to make its money back. I mean, I know the Planet of the Apes franchise has a pretty decent fan base, but I mean, they're going to have to make, I reckon, to break even globally, they're going to have to make 250 million plus. And it's going to be an uphill battle for them to make that money back, I think. It's getting a good score at the moment. IMDb 7.4 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes has got 82. I mean, there were a fair few people in my screening, but it was nowhere near a packed screening. So it'll be interesting to see what they do opening weekend. If you are a fan of the Planet of the Apes franchise, you will enjoy this film, absolutely. I mean, I'm a fan based on what the last three films. I do enjoy them quite a bit. But that being said, look, I'm not jumping out of my skin for these films when they come out. I mean, there are plenty of other films this year that I'd much rather see. I enjoyed it. I would give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Yeah, I'd give it 6.5 out of 10, in my opinion. It was fun. It was entertaining. Will I go back and see it again? Probably not in a hurry. Maybe when it comes out on streaming, I might sit down and watch it again. But I'm not going to go out of my way and race out to see it again, like some of the other films that are out at the moment. I mean, next week or at the end of the week, I should say, I'm going to go see If, which I'm more excited to see than this film. And then the week after that we got Furiosa coming out. Again, I'm probably a little bit more excited to see that than Planet of the Apes. So, in the grand scheme of things, it's slotted itself in nicely because there's not a lot of competition this week. But that being said, come next week, once If is released, that's it. It's going to make very little money because people would rather go out and see Ryan Reynolds. So, in my opinion, it's a solid 6.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but it's not going to rank in my top 10 films of the year by no means. Hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. I'd be interested to hear from the Planet of the Apes fans out there if you guys rank this film up there. Hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our videos. And give this video a thumbs up, and we'll catch you at the next video. Until then, stay jacked and stay nerdy.